How are you doing?
Good.
We're good.
Can you please tell me a little bit about your background?
Sure. I'm Dr. Yolangel Hernandez Suarez, and I'm the Vice President and Chief Medical Officer for Humana's Care Delivery Organization.
Dr. Stacy Smith. I'm an Associate Professor at the Annenberg School for Communication and Journalism at USC and the Director of the Media Diversity and Social Change Initiative.
Now, can you please tell me a little bit about your research on ageism in Hollywood?
We conducted an investigation in partnership with Humana looking at the portrayal of seniors in the 25 Best Picture nominated films in 2014, 2015, 2016. And what we found was quite compelling. Across 1,256 speaking characters, only 11.8% of those characters were 60 and above in age. So seniors are quite scarce, particularly when they represent about a fifth of the U.S. population. But if you're a woman or a person of color or a member of the LGBT community, you really face erasure, or what we call an epidemic of invisibility on screen.
How did you first become interested in this topic?
Well, I can say for Humana, we were interested in partnering with Dr. Smith and her team because increasingly we're finding that health doesn't just happen in a doctor's office, but there are powerful influencers in community and society and in popular culture that can make a difference to how we view ourselves and how we age. Mm-hmm. We've looked at some of the characteristics that are associated with healthier aging. And they include things like optimism and resilience and self-reliance. And so you can imagine in films where older people are either absent or portrayed in stereotypical ways, those types of views don't support the types of characteristics that we think are associated with healthy aging.
Now, how would you define ageism in Hollywood?
Well, for this investigation, we looked at characters that were 60 and above. And we chose 60 because we were interested in patterns of movie attendance that the MPAA provides yearly, so that we could compare what percentage of seniors on screen, how that relates to ticket buyers in the U.S.
Now, what are some movies or TV shows that got it wrong this year?
Well, we typically don't think about wrong or right in that capacity, because you have to really be interested in what are the outcomes associated with those patterns. And any one movie can change from year to year. So as a social scientist, I'm much more interested in the aggregate. And not only are seniors underrepresented, but when they're shown, they're not shown in powerful occupations, particularly women and people of color. They're shown in end-of-life scenarios that do not reflect the way in which seniors experience health concerns in this country, and they're demeaned or face derogatory comments on screen. And so when we look back at the aggregate, we see that there are many portrayals, or there's almost problematic depictions riddled across these 25 films.
Do you have any examples of movies or anything else like that are on the right track?
Well, I think thinking about issues of what's on the right or wrong track, as I just mentioned with movies, is really problematic. It's one and done. And I think that we're trying to elevate the conversation to say, rather than focusing on the tired stereotypes that we've seen not only in these films but in a previous investigation, what can Humana tell us about the complex, rich, and dynamic experiences of seniors and how they're living their lives optimistically in this country, and how might those stories find a place in cultural narratives like film, television, digital platforms?
So what should we do to encourage Hollywood to be less ageist?
So at Humana, we have such a long history of partnering with seniors as they age and age with health. I think we understand that the way that they are portrayed currently by Hollywood is not authentic. We have seniors who are vibrantly connected to social media, to technology, who continue to contribute in the workplace and in community in a very meaningful way. Where are those stories, and how do we get Hollywood to elevate those stories? We think it's important because we want seniors to see themselves in the future and to invest in their own health. That is part of our hope, that this type of study, bridging traditional medical information with social scientists' view, how do we get society to rethink the ways that they can support healthy aging for essentially a fifth of the nation? We all hope to be able to age. We all want to age with health. How can that happen, and how can we change the dialogue in America to make it happen?
How do inaccurate portrayals of seniors in film affect real-life seniors?
So we know that the social media and popular culture can influence the way that people see themselves. We've known that for other types of populations, and now we are seeing it for seniors as well. So we want to be able to show the authentic portrayals of seniors that we know exist out there, to be able to have seniors see themselves age with vigor and have purpose as they age. There is a great opportunity at this point in time to have this dialogue, to elevate this conversation, because we think as a healthcare company that it will contribute to the health of the nation and to such an important segment of our society.
What do you think are some of the biggest misconceptions regarding older Americans?
Well, I think that from the data we can see that the storytelling framework, I think that writers and those imagining characters in these roles, they're really outdated and antiquated. And like I mentioned, whether it's occupation, death, or the way in which we comment on different groups, we're seeing a very tired and inauthentic misportrayal or misconception of this age group. And just to make this really salient, I mean, one of the things you hear all the time culturally when someone forgets information, they say, I'm having a senior moment. You would never say, I'm having a Latino moment or an LGBT moment or a disabled moment. And so the ridiculousness of disparaging a group and this being commonplace, we think that working with Humana to raise the conversation and have the audience come to understand and question, and then because seniors are engaged with tech, take to social media and hold Hollywood accountable for the way in which this particular group is being shown in stories.
Where can our readers go for more information on this study and its effects?
Your readers can go to humananews.com. At that site, they will find Dr. Smith's complete study, as well as lots of facts from Humana about how you can age with health.
And is there anything else you guys would like to add?
I think that covers it.
We appreciate your helping us start what we hope will be a national dialogue around ageism and its impact on health.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
You too.